James Gunn, as he became the new co-head of DC Studios, he made it clear that he was writing the script for a younger version of Superman. This is one of the prevailing reasons why they did not bring back Henry Cavill as Superman. He never closed the door on Henry Cavill coming back, but he said, like, yo, maybe, somewhere else down the line, multiverse, something like that. Who knows? But there are other things that could happen. But for now, he's focused on the very first chapter of the DCU, which is Gods and Monsters. And Superman Legacy is the first movie to really kick it off, right? And he decided to write it. But not only that, I think like a lot of people also suspected he was going to do more than just write it. So he actually gone on Twitter and said, yes, I'm directing Superman Legacy to be released on July 11th, 2025. And he goes on to say that my brother Matt told me when he saw the release date, he started to cry. I asked him why. He said, dude, it's Dad's birthday. I hadn't realized. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more into this just because I think it's kind of good to get a little more context. So James Gunn says, I lost my dad almost 3 years ago. He was my best friend. He didn't understand me as a kid, but he supported my love of comics and my love of film, and I wouldn't be making this movie now without him. It has been a long road to this point. I was offered Superman years ago. I initially said no because I didn't have a way in that felt unique and fun and emotional that gave Superman the dignity he deserved. Then, a bit less than a year ago, I saw a way in many ways, centering around Superman's heritage, how both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer parents inform who he is and the choices he makes. So I chose to finally take on writing the script, but I was hesitant to direct despite the constant pestering by Safran and others to commit. Just because I write something doesn't mean I feel it in my bones, visually and emotionally, enough to spend over 2 years directing it, especially not something of this magnitude. But the long and the short of it is, I love this script and I'm incredibly excited as we begin this journey. I will say this. I respect where he's coming from with this. Because if you're going to do something this big, you should put your all into it. This is your name that's going to be attached to it. This is the thing that's going to jumpstart everything. This is the flagship. This is the face of your brand. DC ain't DC without Superman. Now, the real MVP is Batman. The real moneymaker is Batman. But the face is really Superman. So I will say this. I don't know if James Gunn is going to make the best Superman movie ever. I don't know that. But I do respect the fact that he's going to put his money where his mouth is, and he's going to put his time and effort into what he's really building up. I can respect that. He's like, look, I ain't about to just go hire somebody else. I'm not about to write it and then give it to somebody else to direct, because just because you write it doesn't mean that that's going to be the way it comes out by the director. He's like, I'm finna be like Thanos. I'm going to go do it myself. All right. So what does that mean? That means if this movie is great, you're going to get all the credit. If this movie is terrible, you're going to get all this flack. So one way or another, it's on you. If you ever got to bet on somebody, bet on yourself. I'm not mad at this at all. And what I do like also is the fact that he had the wisdom. And again, we'll see if this works out later or not. Like, I don't know if this movie's going to be good or not, but I like the fact that he had the insight to be like, I ain't got nothing right now. I can't make a Superman movie right now. So I don't want it. But now that he's like channeling all these different things, especially with his dad and stuff like that, his love of the character and so on and so forth. Okay. Because I'd rather you go off of something that you believe in and do it rather than just doing it because you have to make a Superman movie, you the boss, blah, 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 trying to cash a check. I don't want a movie where you're just trying to cash a check. I want a movie that you feel. And your job now is to make us feel what you feel. And we're going to have to wait and see if he can do that. I do believe, based off of James Gunn's previous work, and because of what comes with Superman, I do think that he has what it takes to give us those emotional feels. And he's experienced enough in the comic book movie realm to know what people like or don't like. Now, sometimes, and this has been my critique with James Gunn a lot of times, sometimes he don't know when to pull back. And that is my concern with him and Superman. There's no one there to check him. He's just like Tyler Perry at this point. Peter Safran ain't finna come in here and check him. That's not Peter Safran's job. Peter Safran is only there to run the business. He's there to do the business side of things, make the deals, sign the papers, do the contract, all that. That's what Peter Safran does. The creative stuff is James Gunn's role. There ain't nobody above him to say nothing except for Zaslav, but Zaslav is like, man, I hired you to do this stuff. So my main concern, you the writer and the director, and you finna be the producer, ain't no checks and balances right now. That could be a great thing, or it could be a bad thing. Don't know, but you got the power now. You got the juice now. Let's see what happens. I don't know. But yes, I've brought up Tyler Perry because that's been the biggest issue with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is a freaking genius. This man is a genius. But in my opinion, the things that he creates need some sort of other feedback besides his own. Now, I think that over the years, he has guarded himself from that because unfortunately, he does have a lot of haters. And if all you hear is hate, you never gonna make time to hear constructive criticism. And I don't think he's in that position. And that's his right. He doesn't have to. But unfortunately, when you have people that don't have checks and balances, whatever they give is what you're going to have to take. And you're going to have to take sometimes their flaws that might come along with it. If something is corny, who's going to tell them otherwise? If something lasts too long, who's going to tell them otherwise? If something just doesn't work, who is going to tell them otherwise? So James Gunn is in a very similar situation. Whatever he puts out, I mean, think about it. Think about this. James Gunn's about to sit here and make a Superman movie that he wrote, direct, and produced. James Gunn is also the boss of DC Studios. You mean to tell me that when they go out there and say, hey, employees, hey, staff, crew, what do y'all think about this movie? We love it, sir. This is the greatest Superman movie ever, sir. Who gonna tell him his movie sucks if it does? Who? It ain't gonna be nobody else. So good luck to him. I hope it works out. I love the fact that he's putting his heart behind it. I love the fact that he is like, feeling really attached to this. So we'll see what happens. Now, at the same time, James Gunn is the same person that sat here and told me The Flash is the greatest super movie ever made. And he also told me that Shazam 2 was like the most fun, greatest, whatever. Bro, I got trust issues with you. At least on some of your takes. Just saying. Just a little bit. But we'll see. Anyway, how do y'all feel about James Gunn directing and writing and producing this Superman movie? Again, a lot is writing on it. This is You know, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest with this. Y'all know good and well the Snyder, the bad part, I'll say that, the cultish part of the Snyder fan base can't wait to review, bomb, and attack this movie. They cannot wait. They are licking their chops. I guarantee you, the second the trailer come out, oh, the trailer has so many dislikes. Oh, they gonna treat this movie like it was a black person that got cast as a white character. Little Mermaid. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be that instant mob-like mentality of did Snyder did James Gunn breathe? Dislike, spam them up, hate it, kill it, review bomb it up, boycott. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. But anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.